Hey guys, Dark here, back with part 1 of our brand new side game playthrough. We'll be playing How to Date a Magical Girl. So this is a visual novel. Apparently it's a little bit longer than your average visual novel. I don't know what you would consider average, but I guess I consider mine to be like I can beat this in a single playthrough. Which I mean, single sitting, which really you could, but this is a slightly longer one. So I don't know how many parts exactly it'll be, but the first time I played this, I was about 5 hours in, and I felt like I was a long way from getting to the ending. So So I don't know exactly how long it'll be, but let's get into some business before we fully hop into the playthrough, though. So obviously, technically, I was playing through Middle-earth: Shadow of War. The thing is, I have lots of IRL stress right now, and I don't super feel like it anymore. I'm not really feeling it. Doesn't mean it's not going to get played through. At some point it will, but that time is not now. So I'm going to delete the videos that are already up for that game, and then instead what we're going to do is we're going to do trading off playthroughs. Originally I did it, and I didn't love it for some reasons, but I have since decided that maybe it would be a good idea. My idea being that maybe it would help keep me interested and really up to date with really interested. My commentary would be much sharper, I think, if I was doing 2 playthroughs at the same time. So the plan is our main game will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and our side game will be Tuesday and Thursday, and then on the weekend, whatever happens, happens. I could either do an extra part of one, or both, or none, or whatever. But basically that's kind of my idea. That way it would keep things fresh and exciting for me. I did already explain this in part 1 of our new main game, which is Total War Warhammer 2 campaign. And so I already explained a lot of this, and I went into a little bit more detail on that one, so I'm not going to go into super crazy detail on this one, but we're just going to go ahead and hop right into it. So this game is, it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. It has 5 romanceable characters, as you probably figured out by all the characters on screen. And it has 5 romanceable characters, and with I believe 5 distinct endings or whatever. So I have a guide open that is going to get us every single romance and all of the endings in a single playthrough. Is the general idea. So I have a guide open that's gonna walk us through this whole affair, and so I will be using it. The entire playthrough, so it has a really easy to follow step-by-step guide on how to get through all this, so that'll be the plan. I am hoping I can keep this open with me on my other screen and not have to stare at my recording software and have everything work out there. I think it should be fine, but, it makes me nervous when I can't see my recording going. It feels like I'm doing nothing, but we're going to give it a shot. So I think there's a new game, I feel like, and it'll be fine. So the first thing we're looking for is start a new game and try to confirm. Top as name and confirm. That's what I'm going with. Interesting. Okay. I guess we'll do it, but that seems kind of funny there. Okay. Welcome. Before we begin, we need to find out more about you. Please answer the following questions truthfully. Question 1: What do you like? We're gonna go with the cute girl, obviously. Because, come on, have you ever seen me play through a game? Do you look like this? Absolutely! I like how it says answer truthfully. It's like, alright, well, I'm already starting out lying, so that's rough. Very good, we shall continue. Question 2, what's your name? Alright, so the default name they give you is Yuki, which is an adorable name, and it's the one we'll be going with, but apparently... Okay, I see, so your name is Liar. Yup! I need to confirm all your answers. That's what I'm going with. Very well, thank you for providing this information. You may begin. It says supposedly it's like a meme ending, supposedly. Today is a wondrous day. It's a day I've dreamt about for there you go, for nearly 3 months. A day that surely would have never would have thought never arrived. I don't know why my brain shut off there. So it's an achievement you get. It says like start out life as a liar. So you just type in the name Liar. That's kind of funny. Can I like? Alright, obviously I don't want my real name to be Liar. Let's try that again. Is there, like, not a way for me to, like, wipe the... I guess not. Alright, well, hey, there you go, guys. That was the Start Out Life as a Liar achievement. I don't care about the achievements. Like, they're Steam achievements. They mean nothing. But I just wanted to see... thought it would happen, like, something would happen, and I've already regretted it. It wasn't worth it. Alright, let's do this again. Alright, so we're gonna be that. That's fine. Alright, our name, we're gonna go with the default name, which is Yuki. That's an adorable name, so I'm okay with that. So your name is Yuki, that's us. I'm tempted to change it though, because there's one character in here whose name also starts with Y, and it's similar, and that one, when I did my first playthrough, which I did not finish the game, by the way, so there's most of this game I have not seen, but I have seen a little bit of it. But my first playthrough, that did give me trouble. I wonder if I should change my name. No, it'd be fine. I'll deal with it. It'd be fine. I need to confirm all the answers you've given me. Your name is Yuki, and you look like this. That's, yeah, absolutely. All right, you may begin. Okay. Anyway, okay. I have my guide in front of me, and I keep checking going to my other tab and looking at my other screen, but I know it's going. Like, it's totally fine. I just, you know, makes me nervous when I can't see the recording when I have to have my guide open. Anyway, sorry. Today is a wondrous day. It's a day I've dreamt about for nearly 3 months, a day that I surely thought would never arrive. All the blood, sweat, and tears I've shed these past months have led me to this very point in time. This perfect moment, the very point of my entire existence. I now hold in my possession the Holy Grail, an object of such great value and importance that it would spell disaster if it fell into the wrong hands. It rests heavily in my palm, seeming to pulsate with life. The inconspicuous brown paper bag covering it does little to mask its holy aura. I can, if you're already assuming it's not going to be that important, you'd probably be right. As I gaze upon this most sacred of objects, I make a solemn vow to myself. I promise to guard this object until the day I die. For now, it's time to view the object's full magnificent splendor. There you go. I unwrap the brown paper bag and am nearly blinded by the light emanating from within. Finally, I now hold the uncovered object in all of its radiant glory. It's the limited edition It's the limited edition special cover version of Volume 35 of my all-time favorite magical girl manga series. Yes, finally, I've waited for 3 months after this volume was announced for today, and today, the release day. I found myself shedding a single tear of joy as I bask in the beauty of the limited edition cover. With only 100 of these printed, I am truly one of the luckiest people alive. I've been following this series since I was an impudent child. I have grown alongside it, chanting the heroine's name in my sleep night after night. And now the very last volume has arrived. Years of worship have guided me here. Today the series is complete. I have returned home and read this most valued tome and achieved true nirvana. Reading this series over the years has been an uphill battle. My friends often mocked me for following a children's manga series, but they just didn't see the beauty of it. They couldn't possibly fathom the rich, intricate history of the world, the heroine's ambitions and motives, the ever-present darkness threatening to engulf the world. If they truly wanted to believe that this is a children's manga, that's their right, but I wouldn't be swayed by their narrow-minded opinions. I feel myself trembling in anticipation as my fingers reach toward to open the cover. No, I must be patient. I need to return home first before I dive into this adventure. I just can't keep my eyes off of the beautiful cover. This walk home will truly be a test of my inner strength and willpower. I should power walk towards my house. The quicker I get home, the quicker I can begin reading. Excellent idea. The journey speeds along at a rapid pace. I don't even have to take my eyes off of the manga. I know this route so well. Just a few more blocks to go. I was at a few more months to go. I was like, what the heck does that mean? She just said she was almost home, and I don't think it's going to take her months to get home. So I do have a water in front of me, because obviously this is a visual novel, so it's like all reading, obviously, and so my voice is going to get real tired real fast. So there is water in front of me for my own uses, obviously. Keep my voice nice, so it's not totally grating. I keep thinking, I wish it's a little thing, but it really bothers me that I can't just, that I feel like I can't just, let's see here, we can do it, there we go, that I can't wipe previous saves. Automatic saves, quick saves. Ugh, they should have a delete save option. Whatever. I feel like I've wasted most of the spring, lazing away with nothing to do. Can't even remember the majority of it. The day just passed like a blur, every day the same as the last. At the very least, Hikari came to visit me some days. At least I think she did. I don't remember if she ever stayed very long or if we talked very much. Still, it was a nice thing for her to do. This week has been unusually hot for the season. I think the heat has been scrambling my brains like eggs on a frying pan. I've been finding it so hard to focus lately to concentrate on anything at all. I know I should perk up a little, try and get some things done before the season ends, but then again, it's just so easy to lay here on the grass without a care in the world. I wonder how much longer I can go on like this. Everything changed on that fateful day 2 years ago. That day I picked up the final volume of my favorite magical girl manga series. I read it cover to cover, and when I finished, reality began to sink in. The story was over. The story I'd been following for nearly my entire life was just finished. Since that day, I've felt so very, very lost. My appetite disappeared, I stopped hanging out with friends, I dropped all my hobbies. The day went by in a haze, and looking back, I can't remember a single moment with any kind of clarity. It's sad, but that's the truth of it. I can try and blame the recent heat as much as I want, but really, I've been feeling like this for a few seasons now. I need to pick myself up. If I don't get a grip, I'm gonna throw away my entire future. I need to get my head back in the game. I need to pull it together before tomorrow. Tomorrow, the first day of my new school. It's kind of hard to believe, even though I graduated high school, someone decided for me that my studies should continue. I assume that someone was Hikari. She's always meddling in my business. I suppose it's her way of looking after me. Before I knew it, I was enrolled in a new academy without so much as my nod of approval. Classes start tomorrow, whether I'm ready or not. As for the academy itself, I can't say I know much about it. There was a brochure in my letterbox at one point, but that promptly fell into the recycling can. I remember it had a lot of smiling faces on it, probably just typical propaganda. Probably. I don't even know what kind of classes I'll be attending. It could be anything, considering Hikari's eclectic tastes. She probably signed me up for cooking classes, or horseback riding, or advanced basket weaving, who knows. I'm beginning to doze off in the warm afternoon sun. Just before my awareness slips away completely, a shadow falls across my face. Someone is suddenly standing over me. I squint, trying to make out their features. It's time to wake up now, Yuki. That's us. That one's not us. That's not us. Hey look, it's Hikari! The best friend. It's so happy. What are you lying around for? It's far too hot, you're gonna cook. I shot the girl a dirty look as if accusing her for interrupting my rest. It takes me another couple seconds to recognize the girl, blame my foggy mind. Oh, it's you, Hikari. Jeez, is that what passes for a greeting these days? Sorry, I was just so lost in thought. Well, it's my fault for expecting you to treat me with a little respect. I said I'm sorry. Fine. This intrusive girl is none other than Hikari, one of my oldest friends. She's kinda cute in her own way, I guess. I've known her for such a long time that I can't imagine her as anything other than just a friend, though I wonder if she feels the same way about me. Hikari is the kind of girl that shoots first and asks questions later, but that's probably due to her being overprotective rather than assertive. It's the reason I assume she is the one who enrolled me at the new academy. I don't know anyone else who cares about my future like she does. When we were younger, she had a habit of following me around everywhere, kind of like a little sister. As we grew older, this habit evolved into meddling into my business and stealing my lunch every day. It probably sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm honestly not. Hikari is a great person, and I'm truly lucky to have a friend like her. I just don't really understand what she sees in me or what she gets out of our friendship. Anyway, what are you doing out here? Do you have any idea how long it took me to find you? I'm just relaxing, what's the big deal? Relaxing? You don't do anything but relax. You're aware we're starting school tomorrow, right? Yup, painfully aware. Wait, you said we're, as in we? Are you attending class with me, Hikari? Oh, give me a break. I've explained this to you at least 6.5 times. I swear, talking to you is like talking to a brick wall. Except the brick wall is better looking than you are. Freaking got him. Hey, I object to that. Look, we're going to the academy together and that's final. You don't have a say in the matter, okay? Okay, please don't hurt me. I wouldn't dream of hurting you. I have a question though, what kind of classes are we taking? A thoughtful expression crosses Hikari's features. I could tell she's making up her mind on whether to scold me or give me a proper answer. Well, if you'd read the guide I left you at your house, here we go. You'd already know that we'll be taking basic first year classes. Nothing too difficult, I'd imagine. They know you're a noob, so you shouldn't have any problems. Somehow being called a noob hurts more than anything else Hikari could have come up with. Aren't you a noob as well, Hikari? She looks taken aback, almost as offended as I got just seconds ago. Well, no, I'm not new to this. You know I've been practicing for years. Practicing? What is she talking about? I'm confused. What have you been practicing? A frown crosses Hikari's face. I know this expression well. It's her I'm so tired of your clueless ass face. I've been practicing to become a fully fledged magical girl, of course. Her words hit me like a truck. Did she just say magical girl? Somehow the stupor I've been living in for endless months shatters in an instant. I feel like my eyes have opened for the first time in a long time. I see Hikari's smiling face beaming at me as if she's very proud of what she just said. Of course I remember that Hikari is training to become a magical girl. How could I let such a magnificent fact elude me for so long? I've known this much for years. So if I put 2 and 2 together, I'd say the academy we're attending from tomorrow is a school for magical girls. But what am I doing? I have no magical talent whatsoever. Little laugh. I'm not even going to attempt to replicate that. You look like you took a nice cold shower, Yuki. Is everything okay? I think about her question for a moment. I do feel more alert now. It's a familiar feeling. It's almost the way I felt before, back before my favorite manga series finished. The truth is, magical girls are very, very real. The whole time I had my head buried in manga, real-life magical girls existed all around me. I think I was just too nervous to ever go out and meet them. Except for Hikari. I knew her before she ever awakened to her powers. I can't quite explain why I've let my mind stay so foggy these last few years, but maybe now, with school starting tomorrow, I can begin to work towards becoming a functioning human being again. I give Hikari a slight smile. Hikari, why am I going to a school for magical girls? Hikari shuffles on the spot. She seems hesitant to tell me. The truth is... flashback sequence. The atmosphere just got heavy. Alright, hang on. Gotta adjust. About a month ago, you and I were having dinner, and all of a sudden your powers awoke. What? I noticed it immediately, but you seemed like your old oblivious self and barely paid attention to what happened. So look, guys, it's us! Anyway, so what did happen? Like I said, we were having dinner together. I accidentally knocked a glass of water off the table. It was gonna shatter at my feet, and I screamed, afraid of cutting myself on the glass. It happened so quickly I couldn't even move away in time. And you kind of just glanced at the glass, and it stopped mid-air, frozen in time. I mean, literally frozen in time, ice and all. I don't believe you. I would remember something like that. You just shrugged and continued eating. Just like silent. I think at the time you just believed I had made the glass froze in place. After all, you've known about my magical powers for a long time. I awoke to my powers when I was 13, maybe 14? I don't quite remember, but still. I have a very specific set of powers, and don't forget, I'm untrained. There's no way I could freeze something in time. So after that night, I replayed the event back in my mind over and over. The only explanation is that you froze the glass. You suddenly awoke to your own powers and saved me from getting cut on broken glass. So, what you're saying is I'm a hero. Oh, not quite, Yuki. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I never enrolled us to attend the academy. We were both sent letters from the association. They can detect who has magical powers and who doesn't, you know. They keep a record of everyone. According to the association, once magical girls reach 18, it's the law for them to attend the academy. The letters basically demand we attended the academy effective immediately. Because you awaken to your powers right on the age of 18, you get the joy of going back to school. Regardless, we both start class tomorrow. We'll both be training to become magical girls. All this information is swirling around my head like a tornado. I feel simultaneously excited and exhausted. Do I really have magical powers? Can I actually freeze things in time? I don't think of any other situation where I've done such a thing, and I have no clue how to make it happen again. Well, I suppose that's the point of the academy. They should train me to reach my full potential, right? I guess attending class with Hikari won't be so bad. Maybe I'll make some new friends too. What do you say we get out of here? We can grab some dinner to celebrate our last night of freedom. Sounds good to me. You're paying though. I am not, you big lug. You can pay for both of us. Hey, dinner was your idea, not mine. Why should I pay? Pfft, you're just as hopeless as always. Why do I get dragged into going back to school with you? You love it. She laughs adorably, I'm sure. Let's see how many classes we can make it through before I strangle you out of frustration. That's fair, man. That is fair. The 16th. It's Monday. And this is officially when choices start appearing. Alright. That's our alarm going off. Shut up. Oh, please, for the love of all that is holy, shut up. I begrudgingly open my eyes and am greeted by the sight of my alarm clock having a seizure on the floor. The glowing red numbers taunt my blurry vision by fading in and out at full speed. Fun fact, I used to have an alarm that sounded just like that, and I have super bad PTSD about my alarm, and it's what I used when I was in high school, so for obvious reasons I didn't like getting up. And so my alarm modernly is, I still have the alarm, but it's unplugged and I don't use it. The alarm I use is on my phone, and it's like this gentle chimes. It's very soothing, and it's enough to wake me up. Back in the day, I was a very heavy sleeper. You could like hit me with a bat and I would probably stay asleep. And so I needed the alarm that was super jarring and really, really awful to hear. Whereas as an adult, I do not sleep that deeply, and so my gentle chiming alarm is plenty to wake me up. So fun fact, hearing alarms like that, even in games or media or movies or anything, I'm like, oh, shut up, shut up, shut up, turn it off, I can't stand it. So, you know, it's like, it's the PTSD all over again. Anyway, sorry, I was taking a drink. The glowing red numbers saw my blurry vision at full speed. Okay, we saw that. I groan and rub my eyes, trying to clear my vision. Finally, I can make out the numbers on the clock clearly. 8:02 a.m. I yawn. Thankfully, it's still early. I've got nothing to do today except eat leftovers, so why did I set my alarm for such an early time? 8:03 a.m. I smack my lips at the thought of the cold Chinese takeout waiting for me in the refrigerator. That sounds disgusting. first of all. And not just because it's Chinese food, although for me a little bit. Mostly, it's because, like, a non-breakfast food in the morning? Come on. Like, to me, that doesn't sound fun at all. 8:04 a.m. I stifle a yawn. Some distant thought is tugging at the back of my mind. Have I forgotten something important about today? Did I have something more serious to do than eat leftovers? 8:05 a.m. Nah, impossible. There's nothing important going on in my life right now. Maybe Hikari said she'll visit today, or something small like that. 8:06 a.m. Oh yeah, something's coming back to me. School? Am I supposed to go to school today? 8:07 a.m. I feel like a bucket of cold water was just splashed over my head. Suddenly, wide awake, I realize I've completely forgotten that today is the first day at the academy. Everything is coming back to me now, including the fact that Akari told me first year orientation starts at 8:30 a.m. sharp. 8:08 a.m. I can't be late for my first day at the academy. Hikari, what will Hikari think of me? More importantly, what will the cute magical girls I've never met think of me? I leap out of bed like a frog launching from a lily pad. I immediately regret the action as I am still tangled up in my blankets and they drag me down to the floor. I narrowly avoid hitting my head. I thank my lucky stars that I didn't get hurt before frantically scrambling to my feet. I dash out of the room and into the kitchen. I open the fridge and am greeted by the awaiting aroma of cold sweet and sour pork leftovers. I grab the container unceremoniously and launch it across the kitchen, cheering when it lands in the open microwave. I dash to the microwave and mash the keypad blindly. The light flickers to life and the machine starts up with a splutter and a hum. While my excellent choice of breakfast is being cooked to perfection, I decide to get dressed. I mean, how could you know that, though? You just hit a button and you didn't even look at it. It could be to any degrees, you never even know. She'll be lucky if she doesn't get some sort of poisoning from eating that later. When I reach my closet, I came to the sinking realization that I don't have an academy uniform yet. I heave open the doors with a sigh, only to be greeted by the sight of an unfamiliar dry cleaning bag on a coat hanger. With a stifled yawn, I pull the bag down and find a note written on the front in cute handwriting. I went to the trouble of picking up your new uniform for you. You owe me one, Hikari. Oh, that Hikari. She thinks of everything. I tear to the dry cleaning bag and open the brand new uniform. I'm in the middle of climbing into my new threads just as an angry cacophony of beeps and boops calls to me from the kitchen. Breakfast is ready. I finish donning my amazing new outfit and rocket into the kitchen to throw food into my gullet. My breakfast is demolished in a new personal record of 12.74 seconds, and then I'm out the door in a flash. 12 seconds? What, did you take a vacation on the way of eating that? Anyway, I hardly even know where I'm going, but I recall Hikari saying the academy is walking distance from my home. Well, that's not helpful. Like, a walking distance could be in any radius. What does that mean? It's not hard to find a map on my phone, so I load that up and begin my hurried walk. A little time passes. It's 8:24 a.m. Can I make it in time? The map on my phone tells me I'll arrive in 8 minutes. I'll be a little late, but a couple of minutes never hurt anyone, right? I wonder if Hikari will be there to greet me at the school gate. It would be nice to see a familiar face after this whirlwind of a morning. My power walk evolves into a jog when I see the school gates looming in the distance. I can't believe it. I'm actually gonna make it. No, you're not. There's a few struggling students making their way into the school. They're all wearing the academy's uniform, including its signature pastel yellow vest. I notice that all the other students are female. I suppose that's not too surprising. This is a school for magical girls after all. Still, it's the first time I'm witnessing such a thing. Here's my question. If you're a dude, what's the explanation there? I've only, obviously, like I said, I only started this game once before and I did not finish it. Because I was thinking, this is really cool. I should wait to do this for YouTube. So that's what I did. But what happens when you're a guy? Is there dialogue differences? I don't care enough to find out. I'm just wondering passively. Anyway, I finally reach the school gates when I peer beyond them. I imagine there's probably like plot armor, like they probably slip a few lines, maybe difference, maybe, but mostly I feel like they'll just be like, just go with it, shrug, and it probably just works, as what I imagine. Anyway, when I peer beyond them, I can see the other students entering what looks to be the school hall. I suppose that's where orientation is being held. I glance around to see if Hikari is here. No luck though. Maybe she's waiting for me inside the hall? I break into a run towards the school hall, sprinting as fast as my unfit legs can carry me. I weave in and around the other students, also making a mad dash forward. I'm nearly there. I can almost taste my fashionably late entrance. My foot snags on another student's shoe. Guess I wasn't quick enough to get out of their way. I don't even have time to let out a gasp as I fall flat on my face on the pavement. Ow. I was so close. I nearly made it. Now I'm just lying on the ground, face down, like an idiot. A little squeal erupts from in front of me. My first thought is that maybe I squished some small cute animal when I fell, like a kitten or a squirrel that could squeal. I push myself off the ground and am greeted by an unexpected sight. Introducing the second character. It's Yuki. This is the one that I knew one of their names started with U, and I couldn't remember who it was. This is the one that always gives my poor brain trouble on remembering the names. A cute girl wearing glasses has fallen on the ground in front of me. She looks to be about my age, so I assume she's a first-year student as well. She's trying and failing to cover herself up, which I believe the entire world can now see. Ah, don't look! I bashfully turned my head away at least for a second, then I turned back to her. Stop looking! I'm sorry, I think I knocked you over? No, I think it was my fault. I was in a rush and I wasn't looking where I was going. Are you hurt? I'm okay. The girl's still trying to adjust and so... What? Brain, please. The girl's still trying to adjust so that she can rescue her dignity. Are you really late for orientation? Yeah, I think so. I think she said we, not you. It'd be a little bit funny if she's like, you're late, haha, idiot, even though we're both obviously not gonna make it. That's terrible. I promised myself I'd make it on time. I can't believe I slept in. I'm a stupid girl. Hey now, don't beat yourself up. I slept in too. You don't understand. I only slept in late because I went to bed at 3 a.m., even though I promised myself I wouldn't stay up so late. This girl sure seems interesting. Wonder what could have caused her to stay up so late, the day before school starts. Why were you up till 3? That's too embarrassing to answer. Oh, come on, now you can tell me. I mean, it's not like we're strangers. I mean, I've seen your... Ah, don't say it! Sorry. Fine, I'll tell you why I was up so late. I was watching films. Films, huh? What kind of films? It's not my fault I have trouble going to bed after watching horror movies. I start to see shadows lurking in every corner, and I get too scared to even try to sleep. I don't expect someone like you to know what it's like. To become so engrossed in a tale of the macabre that, I think that's how you say that all the hairs on your body stand on end, to be frightened senseless at the slightest strange sound from within your own home. Until you've experienced that kind of paralyzing terror, you've never understand the joy of cult horror films. This girl is breathing heavily, obviously exhausted from her passionate outburst. I think she may have a screw loose. You haven't lived until you've seen a film that makes your toes curl, chill your bones, and gives you goosebumps all at the same time? I'll take your word for it. So this girl likes to scare herself senseless, and then she wonders why she can't get to sleep at a decent hour? So, you still haven't covered up, you know. This girl squeals again in embarrassment. I feel sorry for her if the view wasn't in my favor. Stop looking! Sorry. Why am I cursed with such bad luck? How could something so embarrassing happen on my first day of school? I suppose I understand why she's so distressed. Maybe I should say something to calm her down. By the way, what's your name? My name? Yeah, is that such an unusual question? No, I suppose not. My name is Yui. Yui Akiyama. Pleased to meet you, I guess. It's nice to meet you, Yui. My name is Yuki. You could see why my poor dyslexia struggled with that the first time. I get to my feet and dust myself off. I reach a hand out to Yui. Here, I'll help you up. I swear that Yui blushes for a second before grabbing my hand. Her fingers are soft and delicate, warm. She grips my hand ever so lightly, and I manage to lift her to her feet. Thank you. Sorry we had to meet each other under such distressing circumstances. Don't sweat it. I'm just happy to have met you at all. The soft red blush returns to her cheeks, and she looks away shyly. We should go. Yeah. You guys are so not gonna make it. Without another word, Yui takes the lead and walks in front of me. I follow behind her obediently. We make our way to the entrance of the school hall. The big wooden doors are closed, barring our way forward. Yui tries pulling the handle. The door is stuck fast. She frowns, then changes tactics, pushing the door instead. Still no luck. The door is securely locked. Do they really lock out latecomers? I guess so. Oh no, are we gonna be punished for missing orientation? I don't think I can handle a detention. Calm down, I'm sure we're not gonna be punished. We'll just have to wait until orientation ends, I suppose. I give Yui a shrug. If we wait around for these students to leave the hall, we'll surely run into Hikari. Hikari will know what to do, she always does. In the meantime, why don't we get to know each other? Yui didn't say anything. A downtrodden expression has etched itself onto her features. She leans against the wall and lets out a sigh. So, do you know any magic? Either she doesn't hear me or she's choosing to ignore me now. Her eyes are closed as though trying to block out the world around her. Well, not much I can do, I suppose. I slump down and sit on the ground. I have no idea how long orientation goes for, or how long we'll be waiting around here. Silence. A bell rings. Finally, orientation is finished. Sorry. I keep forgetting that in this one, if you hit the next dialogue, it cuts off the sound. So really, what I should do, whenever there's sound playing that's not the soundtrack, I should not skip it. So sorry about that. The doors at the school hall swing wide open, and a flood of students leak out of the building. There must be hundreds of girls all scurrying forward. As they exit the hall, they split into different directions, surely heading towards their first classes for the day. If only I knew what my classes were, I could head towards where I'm going to go, but I have no clue what I'm doing here. I need to find Hikari. I stand to the side as well as all the students tumble out of the hall. I lose sight of Yui on the other side of the crowd. Oh well, she stopped talking to me anyway, not my fault. I desperately try to catch a glimpse of Hikari's familiar face in the crowd. It doesn't help that she's shorter than most of the other students, so she'll likely be lost in the group. I suddenly feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn around. You idiot, how could you miss orientation? I was waiting around the hall for you and then they locked the doors. I had to sit by myself. Hikari, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. You let me down, Yuki. You're gonna make this up to me? I will. I'm really sorry. What happened anyway? Did you sleep in? Well, yeah, I did. But I actually got here at a decent time. The problem is I knocked another girl over and we got caught up talking. Another girl? Yeah, actually. Because the crowd had thinned out, I can see Yui standing awkwardly by the doors. It was that girl, over there. Hikari looks towards Yui standing all alone. I see. Is she a first year as well? She looks lost. Yeah, I think so. Since we got locked outside, we weren't sure what to do, or where to go. I was kind of hoping you could help us, Hikari. Hikari looked almost looked sad just for a moment, but then a bright smile flashes across her face. I'm always happy to help. Now that orientation is over, we have to go to our homeroom and meet our teacher. I can lead the way. Hikari begins to skip away. I grab Yui's attention with a wave and beckon her towards us. What? What is it? We can go to homeroom and meet our teachers now. Do you want to follow us? Yeah, okay, thanks. With that, the three of us make our way to the classroom. The classroom is noisy. There must be 30 students packed in, chatting away and waiting for the teacher to arrive. Hikari managed to find seats for myself and Yui, all lined up next to each other. Not a bad arrangement, if I do say so myself. I glance around the room. It all feels very familiar, just like high school all over again. The students are even in cliques, and it's only the very first day. There's a group of sporty-looking girls at the back of the class. One of them is bouncing a basketball for some reason. I don't know why she brought that to the academy, maybe just to reinforce her clique's stereotype. At the front of the class are the bookworms. They're shy, speaking only in whispers, and glancing nervously at the other students. Hanging out by the classroom door are the rebellious girls. A few of them have streaks of neon-colored dye in their hair. Their uniforms are untidy, and a few have cut off their sleeves. And here in the middle of the class are Hikari, Yui, and myself. Hikari and I go way back, of course, and I've just met Yui. As for Hikari and Yui's relationship, I don't think they've spoken a single word to each other. Will they become friends? Time will tell. The clamor of voices quiets down as the classroom door opens and a woman enters. She makes her way to the front of the class, offers a smile, and begins her speech. Good morning, class. I'm your homeroom teacher, Miss... Oh, my brain. Otsuka? Maybe? Atsuka? Otsuka? I don't know. But you can all call me by my first name, Satomi. I can pronounce that, but let's go with that. You'll find that I'm a very informal teacher, unlike any teacher you've had during your school years for sure. It's my hope that we can all become friends during your first year here at the academy. I hope we can build a relationship that carries on long after you graduate. This new teacher, Satomi, seems really nice. I can't really pick out the one defining feature of this new teacher. No, I have to pick out two. She has two very large, very defining features. On a less shallow note, I guess she has an inviting smile. Overall, she's definitely not bad for an older woman. I like how your character here is just like categorizing her. You'd be like, bro, calm down. Like, you don't know anything about her yet. She seems to have captured the class's attention. Even the rebellious girls have taken a seat to show their respect. I'm sure you all have a million questions burning in your brains, especially after orientation. Rest assured, I am here to help every one of you achieve your goals and set good grades during the year. As your homeroom teacher, I'll offer you support and guidance. If you need assistance with any of your subjects, you can always come to me. Satomi claps her hands together and beams. Now then, with all that out of the way, as she takes a step forward, her elbow knocks a stack of papers off her desk, important-looking documents scattered all over the floor. The class gasps. I don't know why that word is so weird to me. Then falls silent, waiting to see how she reacts to the mess she just made. Oops. Satomi's face turns bright red and she bends down to pick up some of the papers. She lowers herself and a loud thud echoes through the classroom as her head slams into the corner of her desk. That was very coordinated. The class gasps once more, then silence. Ow! I hear a slight giggle from Yui seated next to me. She obviously thinks this whole affair is pretty funny. A few girls rushed in to the front of the class to help the teacher pick up her papers. Then Satomi stands up. I can make out the faint purple outline of a bruise forming on her forehead. How fast do you bruise? Anyway, sorry. After two clumsy failures, Satomi hasn't exactly managed to maintain her composure. She's glowing red and a bead of sweat trickles down her face. Class, if you could just ignore that little spectacle, I would greatly appreciate it. A little laugh that I'm not going to replicate. A few students giggle quietly. Satomi does her best to continue with her speech. Somehow she hasn't entirely lost the class's respect, which is admirable. Okay, class, where was I? Oh yeah, for our first piece of business today, I'll be covering the subject you'll be learning this year. Let's begin. There are 3 core subjects you all must attend in order to progress at the academy. These subjects are magical history, practical magic, and alchemy. Sorry, drink of water. Any other subject you choose to undertake at the Academy are optional, but will provide credits towards your overall degree. In Magical History class, you'll learn all about the origins of magical girls that have become commonplace in our world. You'll discover how they came into being and their importance in our modern society. In Practical Magic, you'll undertake rigorous magical training to hone your minds and bodies. You learn spells and abilities that are essential for a magical girl to undertake her duties. Finally, in Alchemy, you'll become familiar with the arts of crafting magical items, from magical swords and staves to potions and portals. This is where your creativity will put to the test. All sounds pretty cool. I had no idea there was so much involved with becoming a magical girl. I heard the hurried scratching of a pen on paper and look to my left. Hikari is scribbling notes frantically, her tongue sticking out the side of her mouth as she concentrates. To my right, Yui is also taking notes, although she's decorated the page of her notebook with doodles of a wicked witch stirring a cauldron. Your time here at the Academy will be one of the most memorable experiences of your life. In fact, when you look back on these days, you may think it was all just a dream. That's how pleasant your days here will be. With that said, don't think you can just slack off. In order to graduate, you will need to put in a lot of hard work. Don't expect to excel at every class. All students are different. You may find that what comes naturally to you is very difficult for someone else. It's important to not let your classes and studying time dominate your life. Socialize, make friends, take the time to relax once in a while. I highly recommend joining a club when you get the chance. We host a variety of fun clubs that you can attend in your free time, take part in activities, and meet new people. Finally, to wrap up my little speech, I need to tell you what to expect come exam time. The Academy runs exams twice during the year. You can expect an exam each semester. The key attribute we assess are magic, alchemy, perception, and expertise. It's important to focus on raising these attributes during your study time. You can improve your attributes with theory or practice. There's no wrong way to go. Reading books, taking time to study, practicing spells, or performing alchemy, all of these activities will help you improve your attributes. So here's the thing about a lot of what she's telling you here. This is not just like for the memes. Like, this is actually stuff that we will be doing in game. Like a lot of this. So it's more practical than you might believe. You may find that other activities outside of school also help you out. Be sure to explore and find out what works best for you. If your key attributes are high enough to come exam time, you will no doubt perform very well. So as long as you work hard at improving yourself, you have no need to stress. Should you fail your exams, well, let's not go into that today, okay? I'm sure you will all succeed with flying colors. Satomi smiles widely at the class. Everyone seems to be in a good mood after hearing her passionate speech. I run through the subject she talked about in my head: magical history, practical magic, and alchemy. They all sound fairly interesting. I get the feeling I'll enjoy practical magic the most. After all, isn't that about casting spells and seeing real magic happen before your eyes? Satomi wraps up her little speech with a few heartfelt quotes from some famous magical girls or something along those lines. I started getting hungry, so I began to zone out. Relatable. Before I know it, I'm being shuffled out of the classroom by Hikari. All the other students are leaving too, and Yui is following behind. Hikari pulls me aside in the corridor. So Yuki, what do you think? Everything sounds so exciting, right? Yeah, I actually think I'll enjoy my time here. I'm so glad to hear that. I have a feeling we'll have most of our classes together, so we can always help each other out with our studies. I notice Yui standing off to the side of the corridor. She's glancing at her phone absent-mindedly. I get the feeling she's not one to make friends easily, and she doesn't seem to know anyone at the school. Maybe I should make an effort and invite her to hang out with Hikari and myself? I'm super excited about a magical history class. I want to learn about all the famous magical girls from history, like Joan of Arc and Cleopatra. I realize that's probably the French spelling of it, but I have no idea how to pronounce that. Joan of Arc and Cleopatra. I let Hikari trail off as I wander over to Yui. Hey. Yui looks up from her phone, somewhat taken aback. I wasn't waiting around for you or anything. I don't know anyone here. It's okay, don't sweat it. I'm sorry about running into you, this morning. Yui almost gives me a smile. It's okay, I'm just glad I met at least one new person today. Me too. If you don't mind, you're more than welcome to hang out with myself and Hikari. Thank you. I'd like that. I feel more comfortable having a few friends around. Hikari stomps over to us in a huff. Yuki, I was in the middle of talking to you and you just walked away. Who taught you to be so rude? It certainly wasn't me. Sorry, Hikari. I figured I should properly introduce you, since we'll be taking classes together. Hikari, this is Yui, and Yui, this is my little friend, Hikari. Your little friend? Is that all I am? I don't know why that makes me laugh. That made me laugh. Like, that's what a way to introduce you. This is my little friend. Anyway, your little friend? Is that all I am to you? We've known each other for how many years now? The amount of disrespect I get from you is incredible. Whoa, I'm sorry. Hikari, I'm sorry. Yui, Hikari's my childhood friend. We've known each other forever. Little laugh. Nice to meet you, Hikari. Nice to meet you too. Since we're all new here, we should be friends. It will make school more fun, right? Yeah. That sounds good, Yuki. Yui then does something I didn't expect. She bows formally to Hikari. Hikari, I hope we can be good friends. Please take care of me. I'm taken aback by her formality and politeness. Even Hikari is a little shocked. Has a shocked look on her face and can only offer a stuttering reply. Thank you. I hope we can be good friends. Yui offers Hikari a warm smile, then blushes a little and goes back to burying her face in her phone. Guess she got a bit embarrassed. Hey, who wants to eat some fun? Get something to eat. Yuki's paying today. Hey. Hikari and Yuki chuckle at my expense before dragging me out to lunch. After we stuffed our faces with food, the three of us returned to class. The rest of the afternoon was filled with a tour of the school grounds and an introduction to optional subjects we could enroll in. All in all, it was a pretty full-on day, even though our actual core classes haven't begun yet. The teachers wrapped up the day at about 3, telling us to go on our merry way and get some rest for tomorrow. Hikari offered to walk home with me, so we said goodbye to Yui, who was headed in the opposite direction. Before long, Hikari and I found ourselves in front of my place. So, all in all, what did you think of your first day? I'm liking it so far, even though we haven't started learning any magic yet. Yes, well, from tomorrow on, it's classes as normal, so you best be prepared. I don't want to catch you slacking and letting your grades drop. Don't worry, I'll do my best. Thanks. By the way, what do you think of Yui? Alright, pause. I'm supposed to say... It actually does not matter. It does not matter for this first one, okay. I think she's nice. Oh wait, no, it does matter what I say here. I'm supposed to say she's not gonna replace you. Imagine that, like first dialogue option and I immediately ruin everything. Wouldn't that be kind of funny in kind of a sad, depressing way? Hikari blushes a deep crimson. What are you even talking about, Yuki? You're so silly sometimes. Oh crap, I forgot to save it. Make sure we're on save before I do anything dumb here. Alright, there we go. What are you even talking about, Yuki? You're so silly sometimes. Hikari's affection is increased by 2. But Yui seems to live in her own world. With people like you never know what they're thinking. It's best to be careful around her. I give Hikari a nod, even though I'm not too worried. I've seen a side of Yui that Hikari hasn't seen, even if that side is just underwear. At the very least, I know Yui can let her guard down. Anyway, I think I should have an early night. We need to be up bright and early tomorrow, and I don't want a repeat performance of you being late. Roger that. I will set my alarm extra early. Make sure you do. Hikari beams her familiar smile and skips away. See you tomorrow, classmate. I wave sheepishly as Hikari goes on her way. I should head inside too and rest up. After all, tomorrow is another school day. It is Tuesday, the 17th. And so today we have a couple of dialogue things to poke at here. Okay. For some reason, I am much more energetic this morning. Let me also check our time here. How are we doing? Okay, doing fine. Oh, crap. I need my... Hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm switching tabs like a madman. For some reason, I'm much more energetic this morning. Maybe it's because I have a clear idea of what's in store for today, and I had a pretty good day yesterday. I woke up on time, brushed my teeth, and even took a shower, silky clean. After putting on my brand new uniform, Academy uniform, my phone beeped a nice tune to let me know about an incoming text message. I check the screen, and my eyes are assaulted by a hailstorm of animated emojis. Okay, this is one of those things that, like, my poor brain. So, Hikari texts in, like, actual texting speak. So there's often many things are very, very abbreviated. And the thing is, when I text, I don't text like that. And no one I actually know texts like that. So the problem is that it's very hard for my brain to keep up with what she's saying. So I read like I'm a 5th grader. So it's a little rough, but we'll get through it. Good morning, sleepyhead. Mom had to leave early for work today. I don't want to eat breakfast alone. Can I come have breakfast with you? Yes or no? Well, there's no doubt this from Hikari. She always texts like this. I heave a sigh and send her a 1-letter reply. No. Before I can even put my phone down, a reply pops up on the screen. Meanie, be nice to me. Classic Hikari. A second reply follows. By the way, I'm outside. Seriously? If I didn't know her so well, I'd swear this girl has issues with boundaries. I head towards the front door and open it up. I'm greeted by a gentle breeze. The fresh spring air is crisp this morning and feels nice on my skin. Hikari is standing there, glaring angrily at her phone. A single cherry blossom petal is stuck in her hair. I can't believe you don't want me to come over for breakfast. Next time I won't even ask, I'll just show up. That's pretty much the same as right now. Ugh, sorry. Shh, I don't want to hear it. Now move out of the way, I'm making us pancakes. Well, I can't complain about that. Hikari is pretty good at making pancakes, even if she just uses the pre-made mix from the store. Hikari heads into the kitchen and starts humming as she prepares breakfast. I decide to sit down at the table and just wait for Hikari to expend her energy. It doesn't take her long to finish cooking. When she's done, she brings 2 plates of delicious-smelling pancakes to the table. Ta-da! Pancakes a la Hikari, my family's secret recipe. You bought the pre-made mix from the store, didn't you? Yes, but I added sugar. Sugar, it's the secret ingredient. I poke my tongue out at her and dig in. Sure enough, the pancakes are good, nice and fluffy. Somehow all the instant food Hikari makes tastes way better than when I make it myself. Maybe she adds sugar to everything, even instant noodles? Hikari has a mouthful of food when she decides to tell me of one of her trademark weird stories. I had a dream about you last night. We were together, riding through a dark and eerie forest. I was so scared, but you were so brave. You told me that no one would hurt me as long as you were around. So that made me feel better, until we ran into an evil witch. The witch said, "Eat this cauldron of boiled mushrooms or I'll place a wicked curse on you." You refused to eat the disgusting concoction, so the witch pulled out her wand and pointed it at you. Zap, boom, tazam! You transformed into a gross mushroom. The witch cackled and disappeared into the darkness. You looked at your disgusting mushroom face and you saw that you still had eyes and a mouth. Even as a mushroom, you still had your usual dopey look. It made me feel really happy that you were still yourself. Just silence. Weird dream, right? Yep. But it got me thinking, if you turned into a talking mushroom, what would you do? What would you do with yourself? What would I do if I was a talking mushroom? That's a great question. Alright, so I'm supposed to say... I'd find... I think that's what I'm supposed to say. Yeah, I'd find a nice hot spring and have a soak until I became soup. That's what I would say. That's kind of still the answer I was hoping for. Increased by 1. You always know how to answer my random questions. Thanks, Yuki. Hikari and I both finished eating. It was a good breakfast, that's for sure, though I can't help but feel a little sleepy after packing my face full of food. Hikari must be feeling the same way because she begins to yawn. The little cherry blossom petal that was stuck in her hair flutters down and lands on her empty plate. Oh, look, I'm so happy that the cherry blossoms are in season again. This is my favorite time of year. The trees look so pretty. Hikari's face turns red and she blushes. I'm glad that we get to go to school together in the springtime. Such a wonderful dream come true. I return Hikari's smile, and I have to admit, I feel the same way she does. It really is a nice time of year, and the perfect season for a new beginning. Oh, snap. I have to get going or we're going to be late. Well, here we go again. The mad rush to get to school on time. Even I woke up early this morning. If we're late today, at least I can place the blame on Hikari's absurd mushroom dream story. We grab all our stuff and hastily make our way to the door. Standing next to the school gate is a familiar face from yesterday. Oh, good morning. I get the feeling she was waiting for us here, too nervous to venture into the school alone. Luckily, Hikari and I managed to get here just in time. Yui is holding a nicely decorated box in her hands. I assume it's a bento lunchbox. I made some sweets to share for us to share today. Would you be interested in meeting up for lunch? Hikari literally jumps with joy. Sweets! I love sweets! Let's have lunch together. I nod and smile. Thanks, Yui. That sounds like a good idea. Yui's face turns red and she shyly lowers her head. I'm glad. I look forward to it. But for now, we need to get to class. March. We make our way to class. Good morning, new students, and welcome to your first magical history class. My name is... something I'm gonna have problems pronouncing. Is that an L or an I? I don't know. It's Iseline or... I'm assuming it must be an I, right? It must be Iseline, maybe? Iseline? If it's an L, how would you even pronounce that? Lesaline? I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'll be your teacher for class. Maybe I'll just call her Isabella. We'll just make up a name that's kind of close. Anyway, it is my duty to ensure you pass your exams and move on to become second-year students. As I'm sure you can tell from my accent, I'm not originally from Japan. No, I was born in Brazil, a country that many of you will know is famous for its culture of magic and wonder. Indeed, many famous magical girls have emerged from Brazil over the years. It is safe to say that Brazil is second only to Japan in terms of the amount of magical girls it produces. Magical girls, as I'm sure you know, have existed for centuries. Without them, the world will surely fall into disrepair. After all, it is a magical girl's duty to banish evil in all its forms. However, I am not here to teach you about banishing evil. I am here to teach you about the origins of magical girls. Now, before we can study where it all came from, it might be a good idea to examine where we are now. Maybe it was we all, I don't know, I kind of missed it. In today's world, evil is a rare thing to come across. Because of that, the average magical girl spends the majority of her time contributing to society instead of engaging in combat. There are currently 3 jobs that are considered to be the most popular among magical girls. They are, in order of popularity, musical idol, doctor, and finally teacher. You might be wondering why these 3 jobs are the most popular. Well, I think I can explain the reasons behind that. Many magical girls pursue careers as musical idols. I'm sure you're all familiar with some of the famous idols on the music charts at the moment. Because of their abilities, magical girls are able to entertain like no other. Some idols use their power to put on grandiose shows like with fireworks and lights, while others put their skills to use to enhance their singing voice or produce music without instruments. Magical girls with supportive or healing abilities tend to tackle careers as doctors. Their unique powers make patients feel better again in no time. This is a noble career choice and makes a positive impact on many people's lives. Lastly, becoming a teacher is a noble pursuit. Much like myself, we use our knowledge of the magical arts to help mold the youth of the future. During your time here at the Academy, you'll likely ask yourself over and over again what you aim to do once you graduate. Picking any of the 3 professions I've talked about today is an excellent choice, but be aware these jobs are in high demand and you'll have a lot of competition. Now, Isabella, because I can't say her name, continues on with her lesson. I'm definitely fascinated by her words, but Akari's pancake breakfast has taken its toll on me and making me very, very drowsy. I do my best to stay awake throughout the rest of the lesson. The bell rings for lunch. I accidentally cut it off again, that's my bad. When we exit the classroom to head to lunch, I feel a gentle tug at my shoulder. I turn to look and my eyes meet Yui's, sorry. Hi. Oh, hey, did you enjoy class? Yes, it was very interesting. I must have written 20 pages of notes. 20 pages? How could you write so much on our first lesson? I'm not sure. I think I just write quickly. How many pages of notes did you write? 1, maybe? Yui looks at me with disappointment. Well, if you need to look over my notes, you're more than welcome. I smile and nod. Hikari is the last person to shuffle out of the classroom. She's mumbling something about wanting to become a musical idol and not a doctor. Hey, Hikari, you okay? She looks taken aback. I'm fine. I was just chatting to the teacher about which career path I should take. Already? It's the second day of class and you're already thinking about your career? Well, of course, I can't just drift aimlessly. I need to have a goal. You should start thinking about your future too, Yuki. Nah, I'm good. Yui giggles a little. Hikari looks flustered, but I can tell she doesn't want to get into a heated argument in front of Yui. Hikari changes her demeanor completely when she sees the box of sweets Yui showed off this morning. She sidles up to Yui, a devious expression crossing her face. Hey Yui, you want to share some sweets with us? I roll my eyes at Hikari's predictable behavior. To say she has a sweet tooth is an understatement. To Yui's credit, she just smiles and nods. I brought these sweets for all of us, so I'm really looking forward to sharing with you both. Jackpot, let's go find somewhere to eat. Hikari dashes off, practically dragging Yui and I behind her. We rush at full speed through the Academy's winding hallways until we reach the cafeteria. Hikari takes one look inside and sees that it's jam-packed full of noisy students. Without missing a beat, she continues on, still dragging us behind her. We hit a stairwell and she jumps up 2 stairs at a time. I try to ask where we're going, but she ignores me completely. After we bound up another couple of stairwells, Hikari throws a door open and we spill out onto the rooftop. It's completely silent up here, no other students in sight. Perfect, this can be our lunch hangout. It's not bad, I have to admit. There are a few places to sit, and the air is nice and fresh up here. There's a couple of birds perching on the ledge minding their own business. One hoots at Hikari as Hikari sits a little too close. Now, Yui, what do you have for us? She's salivating at the simple thought of the sweets Yui brought. Well, She opens up the beautifully wrapped box she's been tucking underneath her arm. She removes lid to reveal a neatly organized selection of homemade treats. Hikari's eyes dazzle as she takes in the bounty before her. There are sweet rice cakes, red bean... I have no idea to pronounce any of this crap, dude. Chocolate, drizzled, chestnuts, drizzled, not dizzled, I don't even know what that means, and a few slices of fresh watermelon. There's lots of food in there, you get it, there's food. Yui, did you make all these? Yes, well, except the watermelon, of course. Or she says, yes, well, except the watermelon is really how she said that, sorry. Everything looks amazing, I can't believe it. I have to try one of everything, I just have to. Yui seems to take Hikari's greed as a compliment, and she smiles proudly. She offers the box to Hikari, officially giving her the go-ahead to jump in. I wait for Hikari to finish, grabbing a few fistfuls of sweets before I selectively pick out the best-looking food. Thanks, Yui, everything looks really good. Yui smiles again, possibly even more than she did for Hikari. I bite into one of the foods and let the more food. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to avoid saying it. The flavor is incredible. It's unlike anything I've tasted before. Yui must have a real knack for making sweets. This is amazing, Yui. Thanks for sharing with us. Oh, I'm more than happy to share. You two are my newest friends, so I'm glad to make something you both like. I chomp on a few chestnuts and take a look over at Hikari. She has chocolate all over her face and watermelon juice dripping from the tip of her nose. I just shake my head and continue to enjoy the sweets. Yui doesn't seem to be eating anything. She just smiles and watches me enjoy myself. At first, it seemed weird that she didn't want to eat anything, but when I really think about it, she probably taste tests most of the stuff and gets sick of it easily. I don't give it any more thought. When the box of sweets is completely empty, I let out a sigh of satisfaction and take a seat on an old milk crate. Thanks so much, Yui. I really enjoyed the sweets. You're very welcome, Yuki. I nudge Hikari to encourage her to thank Yui, but she seems to be in a food coma and fast asleep. There's still a lot of chocolate on her face. Sorry about Hikari. She can be a bit herself. Oh, it's not a bother. I can tell she liked the food, so for me, that's the best things I can get. Where did you learn to make stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I guess I just read a lot and pick up things that here and there. No one ever really showed me how to make sweets. Interesting. Well, I look forward to having some more next time. Of course. So, Yuki, do you have a boyfriend? Or a girlfriend? I'm shocked by Yui's sudden forwardness. I can't believe the shy girl just straight up asked if I'm seeing anybody. I'm sorry. It's okay if you don't have to tell me. I was just trying to make conversation. No, it's okay. No need to be sorry. The truth is, I don't have either. I'm single right now. Oh, is that so? Then, what do you look for in a person? Hang on, what am I supposed to say here? Tell me, guide. Oh, well, that's pretty easy. I like shy girls with glasses. Nudge, nudge. Really? I didn't think that's what you'd be into. What does that mean? Anyway, sorry, Yui's affection increased by 1. Yay! Well, thank you for telling me. Just so you know, I'm single too, and I thought it would be nice to find a partner during my time at the academy. That's pretty much my goal too. I want to have a girlfriend by New Year's Eve. It's my ultimate dream. Yui smiles widely. Alright, I think that was our character. Sorry, I was thinking it was the other way around. That's the problem. Their names are one letter off from each other. No wonder it's so hard for my brain to tell the difference. A partner by New Year's Eve. That's what our character said, by the way. A partner by New Year's Eve. That's a good dream. Maybe I'll make it my goal, too. Yui seems to be kind of into me. I wonder if I'm reading into the situation right. Though I can't really make a move with a card pretending to be asleep right next to us, and it would probably be a good idea to get to know Yui better before I ask her to be my girlfriend. Yeah, a little fast. I'll give it some time. At the very least, she seems to like me a lot, and that's a great start. Yui and I are smiling broadly at each other when we hear the bell resound throughout the school. This time, I'm not going to cut it off. There it is. Didn't cut it off that time. Oh, well, it looks like our lunch break is over. Well, we better get to our next class. I shake Hikari and she wakens abruptly. Huh? What? What's happening? Wake up, sleepyhead. We need to go to our next class. Oh no, I haven't had a proper lunch yet. I've only eaten sweets. Well, you should have thought about that before you devoured your weight in chocolate. Yui and I laugh at Hikari's chocolate-faced expression. We all head downstairs on our way to the next class. I need agua. So today, what, the 17th? And so, okay. Sorry, I was just checking my guide, making sure we're making sure all is well in Zion. We're all good. Taking our time. Okay. Finally home. The rest of the day went by pretty quickly. I ended up taking Yui's advice and starting writing more notes during our other classes. Now I have a good 2 or 3 written pages. Sorry, I also closed my guide like an idiot. What's up with that? Once school wrapped up for the day, I said goodbye to Hikari and Yui and returned home. I'm feeling pretty exhausted. I guess that's what 2 days of classes will do to you when you're not used to studying. I suppose I'll get some dinner and have an early night. After all, it's only Wednesday tomorrow. I have to get through the rest of the school week before I can relax. It's true. Alright, and then we are on Wednesday the 18th. Okay. Alright, morning routine. Use the time before school each morning to prepare for the day ahead. From your bedroom, you can view the calendar, check your friends' schedules, plan your day according to the schedule of who you want to spend time with. Extra morning routine options will appear later in the game. Okay, so this is basically what a lot of the game is like from this point on, where there'll be events and lots of, story development and things, but then you'll be raising your stats, which are viewable here. You can view your relationships with everybody, and then you can see your skills. At the moment, we are on nothing but Fs across the board, so that's rough. But now we have the world is our oyster. So on the 18th, this is when we officially obviously start to get choices, but we're supposed to go straight to school. According to the little guide. A nervous tension is in the air when I entered the school lab this morning. According to Hikari, we'll be having our first alchemy class. The teacher is supposedly somewhat crazy, so we have that to look forward to. I managed to grab a seat between Hikari and Yui, like usual. As soon as all of the other students are settled, the classroom door bursts open and a man barges in. Good morning, students. I am your alchemy teacher, Henry Steiner. You will do as I say, and what? And you will what? Why can't my brain do this? You will all do as I say, and that way no one will get blown to pieces. Crazy maniacal laughter. The students are silent. No one dares laugh along with the teacher. None of us can tell if he's serious or not. Is there a chance we'll get blown up during this class? What have I got myself into? The man before us looks like some sort of mad scientist. His lab coat is torn and burned, and a maniacal glint keeps appearing in his eyes. You're all new to the Academy, so I will go ahead and assume none of you have any inkling as to the true nature of alchemy. Alchemy is not magic, alchemy is not science. Alchemy is a precise art and can only be practiced by those who dedicate themselves to it fully. You might ask, why must we learn alchemy if it's not magic? I'll tell you why. Without alchemy, you magical girls wouldn't have any means of defending yourself should your powers fail you. The greatest magical girls in the world have used alchemy to turn the tides of battles where their innate powers could not win. Imagine having the ability to forge weapons from common ingredients. Imagine having the option to brew potions so potent that one sip could vanquish your foe in an instant. These are the doors alchemy will open for the cunning magical girl. Having an arsenal of options in combat is always a good thing. With all that said, I want it to be known that most of you will fail this class. Most of you will not have the dedication, the perseverance to master alchemy. However, I still expect you all to do your best. I will accept absolutely no less than that. This guy is intense. I've never had a teacher like him before. It's painfully clear he's passionate about his subject, but why do I keep getting why do I get the feeling he sees us as guinea pigs and not students? Before we begin brewing potions or forging items, you must understand the very basic principles of alchemy. Can anyone tell me the names of the 3 components that must be included in every single alchemy recipe? The class is silent. Just when I think no one is going to answer this impossible question, Yui timidly raises her hand. Ah yes, you there. Can you answer the question? Yes sir. The names of the 3 components used in every alchemy recipe are the base, the solvent, and the catalyst. Aha! Bingo! Well done, young one. Yui beams at the teacher's praise. I am genuinely surprised she knew the answer to that question. Although, being that she's fairly studious, I suppose it's not that out of the ordinary for her to know such a thing. The base, the solvent, and the catalyst, the 3 components that together form the foundation of every alchemy recipe. In order to successfully synthesize an item or brew a potion using alchemy, you need these 3 components. The components themselves can take many forms. Even some everyday items can be used in alchemy. Just because an item doesn't have special properties, it doesn't mean it can't be used in a powerful recipe. In future lessons, I will go into detail about finding alchemy components in the world around us. For now, I command you to open your notebooks and start writing the following. The rest of the lesson continued reasonably smoothly. Even though nothing got blown up today, the students didn't seem to let their guard down for 1 second. I don't think I'll ever forget Mr. Steiner's eccentric attitude. Yeah, man, the dude gives me some serious Dr. Frankenstein vibes from not Full Metal Alchemist. Soul Eater, that's the name of it, Soul Eater. Before I knew it, my 3rd day at school was over. Hikaria and Yui said farewell at the gate. There's a bit of time before it gets dark. Maybe I should use my time after school to make the most of my student life, but what can I do? I could look around the school grounds, go into town, spend some time studying, or I could try and meet some girls. My thoughts drifted back to yesterday when I shared lunch with Yui and Hikari on the rooftop. And then this is a flashback. Just so you know, I'm single too, and I thought it would be nice to find a partner during my time at the academy. And then this is where we came in. That's pretty much my goal too. I want to have a girlfriend by New Year's Eve. It's my ultimate dream. And then a partner by New Year's Eve, that's a good dream. Maybe I'll make it my goal too. Alright, back to present. Oh, that's right. You and I both want to have a partner by New Year's Eve. I really should make that my ultimate goal. I don't want to ring in another New Year solo. I am right here. Anyway, if I really think about it, attending the academy is the best opportunity I'll ever have to meet a girl. After all, this place is jam-packed full of cute magical girls. So, I'm gonna do it. I'll find someone special, someone I can call my love. I'll use my time here effectively and meet the girl of my dreams. Tutorial your school life. Starting today, you can make the most of your school life, go out and meet as many people as you can, form ongoing relationships, and build trust with the people you care about. Select the travel option to explore. Time. During the evening and night, you can choose activities to participate in. Some actions take up time. Performing an action in the evening will progress time to night. Activities at night will make more time forward. Will move time forward to the next day. View the current time and date at the top right of the screen. Actions that take time, dating or spending time with girls, reading books, studying magic, brewing potions, exploring the forest. Free actions are traveling, shopping, giving gifts, talking to characters. Perform as many of these as you like. Alright, and now we are here. So we're supposed to, that's still the 18th, okay. We need to travel somewhere else. We need to go to the library. Alright, reading books. You can borrow books from the school library, but only one book at a time. You can read books at home during your free time. When you finish reading a book, you will gain a significant boost to a key attribute. Alright, let's see. Library, use the library services. We're gonna borrow a book, and we're gonna take expertise 1. Okay, then we're gonna spend time with Yui. Okay, her affection obviously isn't high enough to date. I gotta at least get 10%, so we hang out. I hang out with Yui, we discuss a few different topics. Yui gets a little nervous when we start talking about her hopes and dreams. Affection increased by 1. Key attributes. Improve your mind and body by raising your key attributes. Improving these key attributes will make you more desirable to other people. There are many ways to build up your attributes. Reading books is a start. You can view your status in the menu. Okay, and then we're going to read a book. Okay, it'll increase it. There are 3 chapters to read total. I dive into the book and devote all my attention to reading. Time ticks by as I turn page by page. I'm starting to get sleepy. I'll stop here for now. 2 chapters remaining. Time to get some sleep. Beautiful. And that puts us to the 19th. Okay, we're going to go straight to school. Good morning. Good morning. The girls are waiting for me at the school gate. Apparently Hikari is excited about something because she has a crazy grin on her face. Today is the day I've been waiting for. It's Practical Magic Day. What's that? Are you serious? Practical Magic class is where we actually get to out of the classroom and use magic. Oh, really? Yes, really. Geez, didn't you pay any attention in Miss Otsuka's, I think it's probably Otsuka, maybe? Otsuka, maybe? I don't know. And our first teacher's first class. Which one is Miss Otsuka again? Hikari pouts. She hates it when I act like I haven't been paying attention. She told us to call her Satomi on the first day of school. Ah, yes, Satomi, our homeroom teacher. How could I forget her? Anyway, Satomi, I mean, I still don't know if it's Otsuka or Otsuka. I think maybe Otsuka. She told us about all the classes we've been taking, and the one that sounded the most exciting was Practical Magic. Hikari's eager grin returns. I don't doubt she's been looking forward to this class. I suppose it does sound kind of cool. I'll be able to see what all the girls are capable of, though I don't know if I'll be able to perform any magic. Well, shall we head to class? Sure. I start to make my way towards our classroom when Hikari grabs my shoulder. No. We're going to be studying practical magic outside on the school field. An outside class, but there are bugs outside, and sunlight. Oh, will you grow up? It's nice being outside. It's sunny and warm, and the springtime air feels so beautiful. But, shut it, you're coming with us. Yui laughs and follows along as Hikari drags me towards the school field. What a baby. Alright, good morning, students. Gather around, gather around. How are you all this morning? I know this is a very early class. A lot of you are yawning, so I do hope you're getting enough sleep. My name is Aya Yoshida. I am your practical magic teacher. I hope we can learn a lot together. Being outside on the school field and looking at Miss Yoshida in a track outfit makes me feel like I'm back in high school attending PE class. I'm half expecting to get hit in the head by a football at any moment. What a weird feeling. In this class, you will learn to harness your raw magical energy. You are all capable of great feats of magic. That's why you're at this academy, after all. A magical girl is capable of drawing upon the energy within herself and focusing it into a powerful force that can alter the fabric of reality. Magical energy can create fireballs, conjure illusions, heal the injured, shield the weak, or even stop time in its tracks. Hikari turns to me with these words. I'm reminded of the time I froze a falling glass in midair. I suppose my magic can stop time? A magical girl's disposition directly affects the kind of magic she can cast. Chances are you all have dabbled with your magical abilities. You should all be familiar with the types of magic you are capable of producing. I'm going to ask a few of you now. Please share with the class what you have learned about your own magic. I'll go first to give you an idea. I'm Aya. My magic lets me summon mystical fields of light that can dazzle onlookers. This is classified as defensive magic, and I developed it due to my kind and caring personality. Now, who can go next? You there. Hikari gasps when Miss Yoshida indicates towards her. She steps forward shyly. My name is Hikari. I'm able to use healing magic. I first discovered this when I broke my arm during falling down a staircase. I'm not sure what my personality is, though, little laugh, so I don't know why I have healing magic. Miss Yoshida nods and gives Hikari a round of applause. Thank you for sharing, Hikari. Your healing magic sounds wonderful. In my expertise, it is usually those with thoughtful, generous personalities that acquire healing magic. Well done. Hikari steps back and lines up next to me again. She looks almost ashamed, as though she's embarrassed to have healing magic. The next student called upon is Yui. She looks even more scared than Hikari did, but she takes a brave step forward anyway. I'm Yui. My magic is a bit unreliable, and I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. All I know is that there have been a couple of times when strange things have happened to me. I can't really explain it. Sorry. I'm so embarrassed. No trouble, Yui. Please don't fret. Some girls take longer to understand their powers, and there's no shame in that. We'll help you discover your powers together. Yui seems to take comfort in Miss Yoshida's words. A few of the other girls in the class all share their powers. After a bit of time, Miss Yoshida's finger points at me. Guess I'm up. I step forward. You seem to be a very special case, Yuki. Please, would you share with the class some information about your magic power? Well, I've only ever been able to use my power once, and I don't think I had any control over it, but I was able to freeze an object in time. Silent. You froze an object? In time? Yes, it was a falling glass. I didn't just stop it in midair, it literally froze the contents of the glass and stopped falling. I see. How peculiar. And how would you describe your personality? A million adjectives flashed through my mind at the speed of light. I grabbed one at random and spit it out. Lazy. A few of the students laughed. Even Miss Yoshida cracks a smile, though I could tell she's trying not to crack up completely. Lazy, my. Well, I suppose I'll have to put some thought into the reason behind your magic. Very good, Yuki. I can't quite get a reading on Miss Yoshida's reaction to my magic. Does she think I'm ordinary? Is the ability to freeze objects in time a common magical power? Or could it be something more? Could I be the destined hero, born to rise up and conquer an evil demon lord with my ability to stop glasses falling in midair? Miss Yoshida continues the lesson. Most of the students are quite attentive, though I can tell some people are getting easily distracted because we're outside. The lesson wraps up with Miss Yoshida telling us we'll begin our actual magic practice next week. A disappointed grumble erupts from the class, and the sound of the school bell sends us on our way. Tomorrow is Friday. Can you believe the week is nearly ended? Nope, seems too good to be true. I know you act like you're not impressed, but I can tell you're enjoying classes so far. Yeah, I am, to be honest. It's pretty exciting learning about this stuff. Good. I'm really happy we're attending school together, and we even made a new friend this week. You mean Yui? Where is she anyway? I don't know. Doesn't she normally meet us here before going home? Yeah, I wonder if she got caught up somewhere. Well, don't sweat it. We'll see her tomorrow after all. Yep. You want to walk home together? Maybe not today. I've got some things I'd like to do. Okay, maybe next time. Well, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Okay, now we're back to this, and this is the 19th, and we're supposed to go straight home. Okay, go home, and then we're supposed to read. It'll be, the second chapter. Alright, beautiful. Okay. So yeah, apparently the convenience store perk, or convenience store, I was reading the word convenience store on my other screen. The expertise perk raises your ability to make money, and one of the places you can work later on is a convenience store. So anyway, but apparently I guess that's what the guide is doing. It's trying to jack our expertise perk as early as possible so that we can make more money quicker, more money quickly. Anyway. Okay, so this is the 20th. It's 420. Oh, sorry. They're like, that's so mature. You're so mature. Beautiful. Well, I think that might be where we call this episode. Laughing about our whole, 420 thing. And I think this might be where we call this episode because this is, of course, the opening episode, part 1, and this is our side game. But I want to make sure everything records well, as I always do with part 1s of different games. And so, plus, of course, I already did record a full part of another game today, and I forgot how much it takes out of you to read out loud, to read so much out loud. Anyway, because my throat's a little bit tired, but nothing too crazy or anything, but it is a little bit. Anyway. But I think that'll be a good place to call it. And tomorrow, as far as I know, the upload should be normal. A lot of it depends on some IRL stress that I am partially expecting tomorrow. We will see what my mood is like and what I can manage to do. But tomorrow, if I do record, and hopefully I will, it should be just part 2 of our Total War Warhammer 2 campaign. in our Malekith the Witch King campaign, so if you're interested in that. And then over the weekend, there will probably be some videos. I'm a little bit hopeful that this weekend I can get out a positive anime review of the anime I'm on. I'm only halfway through the second season, but if I watch like 2 episodes a day or whatever, it is feasible, so kind of hoping that can be a thing, but I'm not positive if I will make it in time. We will see. Anyway, that is going to call for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later.